coming to you somewhat live from somewhere in Northeast America. Projecting himself into New York City. Your host, Pokemon, and his seasonal allergies. Bring you the hit show, On Strike. Good evening, everyone. We are back for another episode of On Strike. I wanted to thank today's sponsor, Jimmy Fallon. We took these TVs from his house to use for this set.
You weren't supposed to say that, Isaac. We could lose our arrangement.
Sorry, Harold. You're right. We actually took these from John Oliver's house.
Look loud.
Hey guys, sorry if any of my jokes aren't funny to you. My writer's room is actually just me and my sister. She sits on the yoga ball next to me as I sit in my computer chair. I swear, these things are funny when we write them. In terms of worldwide news, life is beginning to return to normal across the world, but there seems to be a debate over whether or not to wear masks when you go out in public. Harold says no one should wear masks. Right, Harold?
No, why would I say that? That is the stupidest thing I have ever heard. The people actually do that.
Yeah, it's pretty unbelievable.
You gotta be messing with me.
Of course I'm messing with you, Harold. No one would actually do that. No one would be silly enough to not wear a mask during a global pandemic. In terms of Marvel Strike Force news, summer is officially here. With numerous events such as orb opening milestones and Minerva in the calendar, it is sure to be a great month in Marvel Strike Force. But now I think it's about time to introduce our special guest. Today I shall be talking with WolverThor. With over 5,000 subscribers, he's been crunching out videos while also being a father. Truly a man with many skills. Everyone, can I have a hand for WolverThor? Alright, hey guys, I am back with WolverThor. WolverThor, want to say hi to everyone?
Hey everybody, thanks for having me, appreciate it.
Oh, it's great to have you here. So we're going to do the usual today. We're going to be asking him 6 questions, 3 about Marvel Strike Force, 3 a little bit more about his life. First off, we're going to ask him, what is your favorite Marvel Strike Force update? There's been a lot. I personally missed some, but from what you've experienced, which one's your favorite?
And, it's funny because sometimes, typically when you hear about updates, you hear people, complaining about something or something too hard. So when you think about your favorite, it's like, what brought more enjoyment to the game, right? Mm-hmm. And you think about Alliance War, and it's like that game mode can be fun, but also draining at times. But it's like, okay, that was a different, interesting game mode. And Stars was very dramatic. You definitely can't pick that one. I would probably say the more current. Oh, no, I was going to say the more current Red Star, but I want to even... I can't go there because Red Stars at its foundation, just kind of, I don't know, it really kind of irks you a little bit. But I'd say favorite is probably, does characters come into the game? Is that kind of considered an update? Do we count that?
Sort of like the big monthly update with the 3 characters and all that.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked when Symbiote Spider-Man came to the game. Because Venom was always there was there for a while, and he was just kind of whatever. And then you had Carnage, and they were both, decent. But once Symbiote Spider-Man came to the game, he really made that a team of 3 that sometimes can be a team of 5. And Dark Dimension 3, you run the city lanes with those guys are amazing. I love them. So I'd probably say that update with him coming to the game, I really, really liked that just because of what he brought to that team and how much fun that group is to play.
Mm-hmm. No, I think that's actually, I was going to say I can understand, but I wasn't even playing when Symbiote Spider-Man came out. I just read about him on Reddit. I think my favorite, if we were to go really far back, the Defenders update, when they were updated, because some of you guys are new or may not remember, they were garbage. Now they've sort of become bad again because of the meta and the power creep, but they were super bad, and then they suddenly became top dogs overnight. That was a really fun update for me. And it was sort of, I think that was the start of a new meta for Marvel Strike Force, really seeing the focus on teams and stuff like that. So they were just, that was personally my favorite update, but Symbiote Spider-Man has really changed the game.
I just really like the dynamic of the debuffs on the other team and just how you can heal, and Carnage speeds them up a little bit, and just kind of how that all works together. It just can really create a dominant aspect of a certain game mode, and that that can be fun, especially when you've got such a grindy game at times. You want that moment where you're just like wiping everything off the map and feeling good and kind of being on top of the mountain for a moment.
No, I understand. So really cool to get to see what you think about Marvel Strike Force and what your favorite time in Marvel Strike Force was. But to talk more about real life, what kind of job do you have? Personally, right now, I'm working a part-time job at a pizza place. I imagine you work a better job than that.
I mean, what's better? It's all relative, right? I mean, some days you might want a job just delivering pizza, and you work for a certain number of hours, you go home, you don't necessarily think about the stresses of the day that you delivered pizzas, unless you got in a fight or something like that. But that aside, I work in like the construction building industry. I've been doing that for quite some time, almost 20 years now. Geez, I'm aging myself a little bit. But so I do that. I build buildings. Essentially, I manage those type of projects. And it can be very, very stressful. It can be very time demanding. It can be tough to allow for anything like this, content creation, games in general. That's kind of how, that's what I do for a living on the day to day.
Oh, that's super. That's a really awesome job. It's a completely different experience than I get to see, with my family. We don't have anyone that does that kind of job in my family. So it's really cool to get to meet people that sort of do entirely different jobs from you. And it's just sort of, it's a completely different skill set, really, for those kind of jobs. I'd say my family, we really focus just more on, we do like a lot of the sciences and all that kind of stuff, which is nice, but it's different, man. It's, you're only seeing one side of everything, and there's just so much more to see. So really cool to get to talk with somebody who gets to do a different kind of job.
Yeah, it's, and that diversity is fun. My parents are both on the legal expertise, and they've been doing that for a long time, but for both, corporations and government type bodies. And so you have that, seeing that wide spectrum a little bit is fun. And my job in particular, I see it within my own realm because I deal with, clients that are millionaires and building monster projects or, running those type of projects, all the way across the spectrum to someone who be putting a nail in a piece of wood.
Yeah.
So you really get to see all different socioeconomic backgrounds and educations and all those different type of things. And sometimes you have people who are capable, someone who's capable of being a multimillionaire being like, you know what, I like to put a nail in a piece of wood, and that's what I chose to do, and vice versa. So anyway.
No, that's awesome. So really cool to get to see what you do with your real life when you're not playing Marvel Strike Force. But since you do play a lot of Marvel Strike Force and you do make a lot of guide videos, do you have a favorite type of video to make? I looked at your channel. You do a lot of different stuff, whether it's about specific nodes or which characters to upgrade a team and how. What's your favorite type of video to make when you're guiding people in Marvel Strike Force?
I think right now, and it has to do with the group that I'm doing it with, Yeti and Punk, we do these kind of collaboration guides. We focus on Dark Dimension a little bit, but the ones that I think that we enjoy, or at least I enjoy the most doing with them, is these T4 rankings are essential within a team. So we do these infographics that basically show, for instance, X-Force is out. We'll have one of those coming out here in the next week. And we really like to dive into these, where it's like we want to see the gameplay, we want to analyze the turn-by-turn situation for that team and go, these 3 are essential for you to upgrade as far as a T4, these 2 are the next, or these 6 or whatever it might be. So you can see all 20 of those T4s and get a ranking for it, and at the same time we put team order as far as where you'd place them from left to right. So we try to get that all in one graphic, and Punk is a fantastic graphic artist. Really enjoy working with him. So I think those type of videos, graphics that I'm currently doing are the ones that I enjoy the most, because I spend so much time talking about why we want to do those T4s in the order. And then in the video, I go through the ins and outs of both. Yeti and myself are the primary 2 who kind of go through the T4s and just dissect it. And as much as it's a lot of work, it's really fun to kind of get into. And then, people ask, what do you think for this T4? What do you think of this T4? And, we'd like to talk about it. So I think that is probably one of my more fun ones. We're diving into some other ones at the moment, which I think are fun, kind of a top 10 type thing. or a tier list type thing? I know you do some tier lists as well. So
yeah, you know, I do a couple. I did just one a couple of days ago where I made a tier list of which Marvel Strike Force characters I could beat up in a fight. So I like my tier list.
Honestly, that's awesome. That's awesome. Just out of curiosity, which one did you pick that you could, or how many of them did you pick?
Well, I definitely was giving myself a little bit extra credit. If we're being real, probably none of them, but I said Rocket Raccoon at least. He's just a raccoon. I think I could take him. So
okay, I think that's fair.
Well, that's so cool that you do a lot of tier 4 upgrade videos and that kind of stuff. Some really advanced concepts that I really don't cover here at all because I'm not even there yet myself. So if you guys are looking for that kind of stuff, we will have WolverThor's YouTube channel linked down below so you guys can check that out. With that being said, we're halfway through the questions, so we're going to take a break and we're gonna do our game for this week. Hey guys, I'm back with WolverThor. We're gonna be doing a bonkers battle today, so this will be kind of cool. We're gonna play a live PvP battle, but with a little gimmick. We're not gonna be able to use our normal teams. We're gonna have to use one anchor character and 4 minions. An anchor character is gonna be either Okoye, M'Baku, Mysterio, Storm, or Nebula, and then you can pick 4 minions to fill out the team, and you can't pick more than 1 minion from the same faction. So you can go ahead and take your first 2 bands. We're just going to throw away these first 2 bands. We're just going to ban Guardians of the Galaxy characters here, and then we're going to pick our 5 team members, and then for that 3rd band, we will actually ban one of the team members legit, and then we will fill in that 5th slot. So I need to find my Guardians of the Galaxy right here. See, this would usually be who I would be picking if we were playing a legit PvP battle right here.
It's gonna feel weird.
Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry, Groot. I need to find Rocket Raccoon.
Like, no.
Oh yeah, these are alphabetical. Oh, that's nice. That is actually really helpful. Oh man.
Yeah, it can be.
I never even got a chance to do a balanced draft before.
All right, so who do I want to pick here?
I definitely have some characters in mind. I have a plan. I came up with this. I was like, I have an idea of what I can do, but we'll have to see if this shakes out. Because again, in PvP, WolverThor could pick a character, and then I am not able to pick them. So kind of an interesting dynamic here. You know, really could go either way. So we're forcing ourselves to pick one. I'd say crummy character. Now, of course, Storm and characters like that, Mysterio, are not necessarily bad on their right teams, but we're sort of putting them. We're sort of taking. It's like a fish out of water, really. So they should not be that good on these teams, but they should be theoretically better than the minions. So let's see here. So this is my big idea here. We're gonna do. All right. I think this will work. All right. We're gonna go with M'Baku as my anchor. I'm trusting in him. Oh, I know who I want to pick. I know. There's one minion that stands above the rest. I'm gonna go Merc Lieutenant.
Good choice. That was the one I was like, yeah, he's gonna pick Merc Lieutenant.
I'd say there's probably like 3 or so 4 minions that stand up completely above the rest, and then the rest just sort of fall into this mess with each other. So kind of interesting, the picking order, because while he got his choice of anchor, he is gonna get to pick 2 minions that are left behind. I only really got to pick 1 minion that I really wanted. So I gotta start thinking about this next minion here. So a lot of interesting picks here. Well, okay, not interesting. It's which is the least worst pick.
Yeah, I'm like, I wish all my minions were in one spot. Yeah, now I can't pick another hand, so I have to pick, somebody.
Yeah, so with that way, because some of these minions start getting kind of crazy if you have synergy. We don't want any of these minions to sort of get a little too out of control. So oh man, I don't even know what most of these minions do that well. I sort of vaguely know what they do.
No, this is really tough. I'm running out of time. Oh my gosh.
I think I'm gonna finally do what everyone's been telling me to do, and I always resist. I think today will be the day I finally listen to them. Oh, never mind. You did what I was. I was gonna pick Amos Alter. I was like, I'm gonna finally do it. I'm gonna finally listen to what everyone says.
That's funny.
All right. Oh, this is kind of big brain here. Watch this. Need security. All right, and then. So I'd be looking at either Shield, Hydra, or actually no, that
hand. You can still do hand.
Oh yeah, I could. I don't think I have any of that. I only have hand sentry tier 9, so I'm with Shield and Hydra now. This is what I'm left with. I would say Shield security usually, but I'm kind of already a pretty tanky team. I don't know if I'm gonna go Shield medic.
It's not a bad choice. Not a bad choice at all.
So yeah,
man.
For once, I wish I had more hand characters leveled up.
I know this is so weird.
Oh yeah, I forgot Kree exists too, so I could pick between the Kree. Sometimes I actually wish they added more minions. I could go for a Wakandan team, like a bunch of Wakandan minions, and like Okoye could lead them or something like that.
Yeah, that would be cool for sure.
Or the Nova Corps. They say they don't want to add any more minions, but I wouldn't complain if they just threw out 4 minions and then like one character or something like that.
No, I agree. Yeah, especially if it's like, all right, this team seems to make sense. So all I have left is Hydra, right?
Could do Shield. Oh no, you Kree too. Kree are here.
Oh yeah, or Ravagers. Don't forget Ravagers.
I got a good Red Star drop from one, and it was so sad. I was like, this is useless. I will never touch this.
You know what? I think that this is so weird. I don't.
All right, let's see here. Kree or Hydra? Kree or Hydra? So what do you got? You got a lot of speed, some damage, some debuffs. All right. This'll work. Let's see here. Which do we not want?
Yeah, this is going to be hard to know how to come back.
I don't want hand sentry. I don't want to have to wait 2 turns to start hitting you.
I don't want that.
Man. All right, so I can put another... well, you can put your next character on still. But then I will get to throw one more character in here.
I can do hand or Hydra.
I think you could throw in a mercenary, too.
Oh, you're right. I can't... You know what? Thank you for saying that.
It was good sportsmanship. I knew as soon as I said it.
Yep, I was like, okay.
All right, let's see here. So I could do either a Kree or a mercenary right now. This is... Any of these Kree's even that good? I don't even think any of these guys are that good.
It's...
All right, I think I know what I want to do. I think I know. If I can find him. Hijk. All right. This'll work. This is
such a weird 2 snipers, some taunters, and a healer. That's actually not a bad setup, to be honest with you.
If I can get sniper going, M'Baku's just got to do his job. That's all he's got to do.
If he can just sit there,
he just got to take hits. He's just got to stay in there. I'm literally not even trusting him to do damage. It's kind of cool with Mysteria, though. He's going to come back. That'll be a bit of a pain. I don't really have any AoEs, so... I
don't know who to start, man.
This might be a good... You have an interesting team, too. Well, I mean, in any other mode, I would consider this an easy win if I was not running the team I'm currently running.
Yeah, I'm torn here, too, with, how this is going to go, because I'm like, I didn't know who to attack first, because I'm like... I have 2 taunters. If I attack anybody besides them, I'm going to immediately regret it because they're going to get healed up. So I'm like, I need to focus somebody down.
I kind of misplayed with this Hydra sniper. I thought he buffed the whole team. He only buffs Hydra. Well, we'll go with it.
Let's see. Let me remember. Blind.
I've never appreciated Mysterio more than now. I forget he exists routinely, actually.
Yeah.
Well, that's awkward. All right, let's see here.
All right, so on here.
All right. Let's get out of there, trooper. Ooh, look at that!
Wow,
hit. Merc sniper coming in. All right, let's see here. All right, M'Baku, you can do this. M'Baku, please. No, M'Baku, you couldn't get it. M'Baku is useless.
That's pretty funny.
I was really just hoping there. Yeah, what's the matter who I hit?
Yeah, I thought you were going to be able to get it, to be honest with you.
M'Baku always finds a way to disappoint.
Yeah.
All right, let's start taunting.
Yeah.
Start taking advantage of what my team's got. That mercenary riot guard is going to be a bit of a problem. Wow, he's big. He's taking a lot of damage.
Yeah. Defense ups help a lot.
Yeah, I see here. Yeah, they really are. It's like a wall.
Yep.
Let's see here.
Your security is doing some work.
Yeah, I know. All right, let's see here. M'Baku, you got to start taking some hits.
Staying on this guy over here.
All right. Well, I'm sorry, security, but we got to start healing the team. All right, let's see here. I got to keep Sniper in here. He's got to stay. All right, please leave, Trooper. All right.
Yeah, I was gonna. Let's see.
It could be putting my.
Oh, you didn't clear
hits
anything?
back.
Come on.
Baku hits back. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's see here. There's not much point to kill Mysterio because he's just gonna come back. I don't think I gain much by doing that. That's awkward. That's unfortunate right there. That mercenary right guard. Wow. All right, what do we got left? I got my snipers here.
Oh man. So
keep him in. Keep him in.
Shield Medic was a good choice.
Yeah, she's definitely put in a lot of work for me. All right, let's see this. All right.
Yeah, she just.
I believe in this. That's gonna hurt. All right. Wow.
Okay, goody.
Dang. That's sad. That's brutal. All right. Right guard. Ooh. Assaulter. I'm really concerned about my sniper right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he's you got your medic coming though. I don't remember. Does she repair bleeds with her passive sometimes?
I couldn't tell you. I do not. Okay, M'Baku.
I don't remember there.
I'll just hit him. All right. Okay. I don't even know that much in depth about these characters. Like Kree Loyalist, I'm like, what's she do? Actually, that's a pretty good pick. Because she can. Doesn't she work with assist? Is that her big thing?
Her special gets an assist, and I thought it always gave an offense up, but it might be that she only gives an offense up to Kree because I didn't see it pop up on the aim Salter. So I was kind of like, all right.
All right, this could work still. I could be able to two-man this.
Yeah.
M'Baku and Shield.
I would agree with you.
As long as M'Baku keeps taking
there we go.
That's not good. That's a yikes right there.
Oh, yeah, the taunt clear. Yeah, the taunt clear was what.
All right, M'Baku can still do it.
Should. If he solos it, that'd be. What does this do? Assist now. If that. Oh yeah. So the assist, she only assists if it's a Kree. It's offense up. So it's not a. I see.
Yeah, that's what happened to me with Hydra. I was like, I'm gonna play offense up to the whole team, and then I went to Cisco, and it said only Hydra and Red Skull, and I was like, oops. That was a yikes.
Yeah, like,
that was a good game right there. That was probably the most fun I've ever had using M'Baku. So really awesome PvP match with WolverThor, and we are going to go back now to the question segment. I'll see you right there, everyone. All right, so that was a lot of fun with WolverThor, but we are back now for our final 3 questions. We're going to go back to talking a little bit more about his real life. What are some of your hobbies, WolverThor? What do you like to do with your free time?
I've got a couple little kids, a wife, and so a lot of the time ends up being with the family. When we've got some time to kind of, for myself, so to speak, before I had shoulder surgery, I had a torn rotator cuff. I used to play flag football on weekends, and I was obsessed with playing. I love playing. I have a great group of friends that we do that with, and it is just a ton of fun, and it's fun to get some exercise, stay competitive. Got a pretty big competitive bug in me as far as athletics goes, so I really like to do. That's probably the biggest thing that I like to do. And as I get older, I'll probably transition that to like a golf or something like that. But I'm hoping once this quarantine stuff ends and my shoulder's able to throw again, I can get back out there and see if I can do something. But that's probably my biggest hobby outside of the family and Marvel Strike Force. Just doing that, and I do like gaming in general. And comics in general. So, if there's a good game that comes along, I might try it out, see if it's something that can suck me in or not. But I'd say my family and flag football is probably the biggest things.
Those are some great hobbies to have. I did do a couple of sports in high school, although mine were, they were competitive, but I did the sports because they inherently weren't competitive for me as an individual because I'm not that good at sports. I did cross country and track throughout, and I did them specifically so I wouldn't have, nobody was counting on me to do well, let's say that. So I competed, but nobody depended on me for those teams. So really cool that you sort of, you actually are good at sports and you do them to win as opposed to me where I just sort of did them.
Either way, I think it's good just to get out there and get some exercise.
I agree with that. So, but to talk more about the Marvel Universe, we get about 3 characters, give or take, every month. And so, tons of new characters flooding in this game, a ton more characters I think everyone would like to see come to this game. What's a team in the Marvel Universe you would like to see come to Marvel Strike Force?
It's funny because my favorite team, generally speaking, is X-Men. And granted, we do have X-Men in the game. I think that further development of the X-Men, call it X-Men Blue, X-Men Gold, whatever you want to call it.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, I've heard that idea before. That'd be super cool.
Yeah, I really the Rogues, the Gambits, the Nightcrawler. I think Nightcrawler could be so awesome in this game. I would love to see him. Jubilee wasn't she's just mini favorite, but she was always in that cartoon in the 90s I loved. There's characters like Forge and Bishop and all different types of avenues you could go with it. And always, of course, would love a Wolverine rework. He's by far my favorite character, but
I'd bet.
I'd say, but I'd say kind of an expansion of that team is, they're not missing, a ton of teams in game, but if I was to pick one that's technically not in the game at all, I'd say Apocalypse and the Four Horsemen.
That'd be awesome.
I think that team would be amazing. I think it'd be really cool.
What's your idea for how that'd work? There's a ton of different ideas I've heard. Like maybe there's 4 specific horsemen, like Black Order, or maybe if certain characters were on his team, he would give them the horseman trait. Like, what's your vision for that team?
I would expect to be almost like a reverse Black Order, that there'd be 4 other characters that could be potential horsemen, and obviously there was a huge gamut of characters that could potentially do it. But let's just say, similar to what the movie was, where it was Magneto, Psylocke, Angel, and one Storm. And let's just say that they've got that tag. They've got a horseman tag. So if our horsemen, whoever they are, with Apocalypse empowers them, as opposed to them empowering him. So now he might get some more powers with them or some synergies or something like that. But generally speaking, it's a reverse empowerment. So you could pick any 4 horsemen you want. If you put them on that team, it's like, okay, I picked, and I'd have to check Wikipedia for a different horseman, but I think Death might have been one at one point too. So if you plug out Psylocke because you want our X-Men and you put Death in her place, maybe they act a little bit differently. I think that would be super cool, and it would create its own theory crafting within one team that you can kind of plug and play with a little bit. And I think that would be sick. No,
yeah, I was perusing Reddit earlier today. I think I saw a thread talking about it. That was the first I'd heard about that idea, and I think that's so cool. Oh man, the theory crafting potential. And Angel, Archangel, he is the one out of all. Like, I know the Horseman, but if Archangel isn't a horseman, it's not the Horseman to me. He's what I view as the. He's like the horseman. So, but yeah, that's super cool.
He can't even be in the. He can't be in the game without. And he has to be on that team, like you said. He is a must-have.
Yeah, maybe they could do something like they could do a symbiote Spider-Man sort of thing where they'd have Angel and then Archangel. I don't know. We could never get too many X-Men. I'd be okay with more variations, whatever. I didn't like the idea of variations coming to the game, but then symbiote Spider-Man was so cool. This sort of warmed me up to the idea of variations. I was like, man, if they're all going to be as awesome as symbiote Spider-Man, maybe I'll take a couple. I'll take some more variations.
That's actually a good point, because I was in the same boat as you, and I still kind of am to a point, but I didn't think about it until you said it like that, because I was very much against it. I'm like, I don't want to see a character with a new suit that does something different, because I can have 50 Spider-Men.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind a skin. That'd be cool, but you're right. Symbiote Spider-Man does play and feel very different. And I'm not mad that I built him up. Now, the regular Spider-Man's kind of lame at this point, but okay, so...
And hopefully the Spider-Verse will get some love somewhere down the line. But really cool to get to hear some of your thoughts about Marvel Strike Force and what you want to see come to the game and those sort of things. But there's the same question I always ask somebody at the end of these talk shows. I'm someone, even though now technically I'm an adult, I'm still younger than most people. And I just want to ask you, what's a life lesson you've maybe learned, and what do you have maybe a quick story about that? What's something you want to pass on to the younger audience about something they should maybe be doing in their lives?
2 things I would say. One, I would say, be good to each other is the quickest way to say that. And when I was growing up in grade school and high school, in grade school, we grew up poor. I remember my parents gave us liver and broccoli, and which is, not the fanciest of feasts by any stretch of the imagination. And they would tell us it was dinosaur meat because I love dinosaurs, and they'd get me to eat it. And we just didn't have money. So because of that, when I'd be at school, I didn't have nice shoes or clothes or whatever, and I get made fun of all the time. And then when I eventually got to high school, it flips a little bit. Actually, in later grade school and high school, as I became more athletic, there's, for whatever reason, when I was growing up, there was that kind of stigma where, oh, if you can play sports, you're cool, which has kind of gone away at this point, or at least from, and I haven't gone to high school in a long time, but my understanding is it's like, you're just cool or you're not. It doesn't matter if you're, what you do. It's just you're nice to people or not, right?
Yeah.
So, I was able to transition away from that because of my athletics. There were certain times where in later grade school and then in early high school where I wasn't as kind to some people. And I regret that so much. And I just feel so bad about that. And I wasn't like a bully per se, but, I know that I said things that weren't. Let me take that back. This is definitely a bully thing because verbal is just as much as a physical, right? Mm-hmm. I never like push people around or anything like that, or got people to, in what you see in a movie where the people. I know that there were comments that I've made to people over the course of my, high school or especially earlier days there where sure hurt somebody's feelings. And as I've grown older and kind of as I went through college and then had kids and just thought about that a little bit where it's like, I would never want my child to experience that. Or as I saw in college, this wide gamut of people who are all great and talented and wonderful people for whatever reason. It's like, you should appreciate it. Unless someone's a jerk, there is no reason to be that way towards anyone. You know what I mean? So I would just say be kind to each other. Like, unless someone's a jerk to you or to someone else, like, accept them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that, to me, it doesn't matter where you fall in anything in life. I don't care what you look like. I don't care what you sound like. I don't care what you necessarily believe in unless it's going to harm somebody else. If you're just generally nice to people and that's the way everybody should be. And I think things would be a lot better on so many different aspects of the world, society in general. I'd say be that way as much as you can. I'd say that's probably, the biggest thing that I'd share with someone. The second part of that, and this is probably more inspired from my wife a little bit, but if you have a dream, and this is going to sound super tacky, I apologize, but if you have a dream or an aspiration or something you're really passionate about, pursue it. Don't feel like, someone's told me I need to be this. I have to be an engineer, or I have to be a doctor, or I have to be a construction person, or whatever it might be. If you don't want to do that, and you want something that you want to pursue it. Now, again, if you're doing that, you've got to live with those results. If you choose to pursue, selling lemonade at the corner, and for some reason you can't pay your rent by doing that, well, that was a decision that you made by wanting to sell lemonade on the corner, because apparently that's very difficult to make enough money to pay bills. So yeah, I'd say those two things, pursue your passions and just be kind to people. I was a little long-winded, but
no, I think that was some great advice. Yeah, no, that was really awesome stuff for people. And I could say, at least from my experience in high school, I didn't really, I consider myself a somewhat bullyable person with the Marvel Strike Force and all that, and I did not experience really any of that in high school. So at least from my that kind of stuff isn't as, we're getting places as a society, I feel, in a lot of different ways. So, everyone makes mistakes too, and I think the only thing we can do is, we try to be better people, and I think that's what we all do. So really awesome advice from WolverThor. Tons of great stuff, not only for real life, but he also can advise you about a ton of stuff in Marvel Strike Force. So you guys can head over to his channel if you want to learn more about tier 4 upgrades or any other sort of really awesome Marvel Strike Force information. You can go right there. I'll have that link down below. WolverThor, would you like to say goodbye to everyone tonight?
Appreciate having me by. Goodbye. Come by, like you said, stop by, check out the channel, Discord, wherever you guys want. Always around, lurking places, but appreciate you having me once again.
All righty, everyone. Let's give WolverThor a big hand. All right, everyone, that was a really fun interview. A lot of awesome stuff you can take from WolverThor, whether it be Marvel Strike Force or real life. A ton of awesome lessons all around. I think it's always great to keep in mind the need to chase your dreams. I chase my dreams, and look at me now. I'm on a TV on Jimmy Fallon's set. But with that being said, I hope everyone will have a happy and healthy night. And to play us out tonight, I'm going to have the band Pretty OP play the song Knock Down, Drag Out.
Hey, this is Derek Mack of Pretty OP, and you're listening to Knock Down, Drag Out. Hit or stay, fold or play, shoot through the breeze, cut to the chase. Drinks are free, raise the stakes, political intrigue and religious debate over card games and snake eyes. No one leaves the room until we all get this right. One more knockdown, drag out fight.
It's flip-flop hip-hop, straight up funk, no strings attached. So what's up, my glip-glops? Tip-top shape is where I'm at. I must admit I'm unimpressed with this humdrum, dumbed-down, mumbling message. At best it's at worst it's senseless. Misled the rest, but I'm uninvested. Marinate on that for a minute while I meditate in my whip. I'll get it, metaphor for the game that we live in, cause I'm so far ahead. Lanes looking couldn't see me up in it. I'm a menace in the middle, I'm a monster at the finish. You can't cut me off, don't even get me started on beginnings. Finnegan has been waved farewell. I'm the dawn, so I wake myself. Got a couple of visions, spitting all these predictions, sipping casually on confidence and subsequently swimming in the image. Man, if you could lose it, you could win it. And baby, I could take it, but I give it.